Good morning. It's time for your DashCamDeets. Facebook has this new thing where you can designate somebody to be your legacy contact. So in case you die, you'll have someone who can kind of take control of your Facebook. A lot of times people have Facebooks when they pass away. There's no one to change their profile to kind of let people know that they've passed away. So you can designate somebody to be your legacy or your executor, if you will, on your Facebook account, and they can change your picture, they can answer requests, and they would also be able to archive your posts and your photos. So that's a new thing that's kind of cool and out right now. She's been dubbed the NUTRAGE exec, and she's a former Korean airline executive who went nuts over some macadamia nuts on a flight from New York back to Korea. She was in first class. She asked to order some macadamia nuts, and they were brought to her in one of those little bags that you get the nuts in. Well, she wanted it in a dish, apparently, and so she went ballistic on the flight attendant, and even at one point made the flight attendant and I guess somebody else kneel down and apologize to her. She was even going off so much that they had to go back to the gate. So she interfered with the flight. She interfered with the flight time. The flight was 11 minutes late into Korea. Now she's going to serve 1 year in prison. But some big talk now, because that's kind of bringing up the issue of, I guess, families in Korea that have big businesses kind of have a sense of entitlement, like they can do what they want to do and that they'll get off. So I think that her getting the 1 year in prison is them showing, hey, you can't just go off on somebody on an airplane over some macadamia nuts. Okay, so the Powerball jackpot, $564 million. There were 3 tickets in North Carolina, Puerto Rico, and near Dallas. This is the first time that somebody out of the 50 states has won. So 3 people actually got the numbers correct. And then there was even a person in Houston, Texas that won $1 million. So there are little prizes that still need to be so if you have your Powerball tickets, you should check them and see what the winning numbers were, because you may have won, maybe not the $564 million, but you may have won a smaller amount. What would you do with $546 million? To take home cash, you would have gotten 300 and something million, which is an unbelievable amount of money. So what would you do with all that money? Remember I told you about Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog who comes out on Groundhog Day, and if he sees a shadow or doesn't see a shadow, it determines whether or not we have a long winter. People in New Hampshire are upset, and they have complained to the police that, man, Punxsutawney Phil was right, and he didn't tell us how bad the winter was going to be. So the police in New Hampshire sent out an arrest warrant for Punxsutawney Phil. It's supposed to be in a joke, but I mean, they need to arrest that little gerbil. Groundhog. They need to arrest him, because nobody has time for a long winter. Okay? Nobody. I mean, the Northeast has been getting hit hard with winter storms, blizzards, Snowmageddon, Blizzard 2015. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyways, that's all I have for you. What would you do with the millions? Should the gerbil go to jail? And do you get pissed off about macadamia nuts on a plane? What do you do? Anyways, leave your comments below. I'm Whitney. Follow us on Facebook, #DashCamDeets, on Twitter, on Instagram, @WLBMillerTV, @DashCamDeets, and of course, as always, #Fox26 for life. Peace.